Hello, welcome everybody for my next installment on this wonderful Small Business Saturday. I have the honor of introducing you to the Dr. Sharon Adams. She's been on the web show before. Amazing information she's about to put out, so brace yourselves here. But first, as always, hello. It's so nice to have you here. How are you?
I am doing great.
I'm so glad that you chose to be a part of this. And it's such an honor to have you here again to talk about the amazing things you're able to do with your business for small businesses and whatnot. But first, as always, let's start out with that simple question of who are you?
Well, I'm Dr. Sharon Adams. I'm a retired pediatrician, and now I specialize in supplemental health benefits. So today I want to share with you how these benefits can protect your family and give you the gift of peace of mind. So for over 27 years, I had the privilege of caring for children and their families. But one of the most heartbreaking experiences that I've had in practice was seeing families financially destroyed by the cost of a serious illness.
Yes.
So I am so thankful to Globe Life Family Heritage Division for giving me the opportunity to once again protect children and their families. So first slide, please.
Yes. We're getting fancy here, people. We're getting fancy.
Yes. My mission is to empower families with financial security when they face the cost of a serious illness. And my vision is to provide families with affordable benefits that will protect them from the financial hardships that I have seen so many people experience. So, what exactly is supplemental coverage? So, when you have health insurance and you don't have supplemental coverage, it's a lot like rear ending and totaling a 2021 Porsche convertible and later finding out that you only had 30,000 in liability insurance.
Ooh.
Not having the right coverage could place you at financial risk. So in medical terms, that total Porsche could be cancer. It could be a bad accident. It could be a month-long stay in an ICU, or it could be a heart attack or a stroke. The impact of accidents and critical illnesses could very well leave you needing medications, needing surgeries, treatments, and therapies for the rest of your life. Supplemental health benefits are an affordable way to protect your assets from out-of-pocket expenses. Our benefits are paid directly to you, and so it will help you pay those out-of-pocket expenses like those high deductibles, those copays, and even your rent, your mortgage, or your living expenses when you have a serious illness or an accident. So what would it mean to you to have these extra benefits to help pay those costs instead of using your 401k or your savings? Next slide.
There it is.
We have 4 areas where we protect people. One is cancer, heart attack and stroke, accident and injuries, and ICU. Next slide. Accidents are expensive. They cost Americans over $1 trillion a year, and they actually are more expensive than cancer, heart attack, or strokes. But whenever you have an accident or a serious illness, you can always break it down into 2 types of costs. One are the direct costs, and this is what everybody knows about. Those are your doctor bills, your hospital charges, and those are paid for by your health insurance. But where we help people is with the indirect costs, and they are often not covered by insurance, but they can actually exceed the direct costs. So some examples of that would be, again, those high deductibles, your copays, but also if you have to take time off work to care for a sick child for a period of time, that adds up. Also, you still have to pay your rent, your mortgage, you still have to keep the lights on, and you may have to travel for your care. Yes. But our benefits are paid directly to you. They are paid out in addition to any other insurance you already have. And I always like people to remember that By design, your health insurance pays doctors and hospitals to keep them in business, but we pay you to keep your business and your family in business, because most people are forced to use their savings and their retirement funds to pay these costs.
And that's so sad that that's the
It
case.
is. And I have actually seen families lose their homes and lose their retirement, because when you have a loved one that has a serious illness, your only thought is, where is the doctor in this country that can save my loved one's life? That is all you care
Yes.
about. But it doesn't have to be that way. So next slide, please.
Yes.
And what sets us apart from everybody else in the business? In July of this year, the Better Business Bureau did a study, and they looked at every insurance carrier that carries supplemental health. And you will see in verified consumer reviews by the Better Business Bureau, we rate at the top with 4.42 out of 5 stars. We are committed to giving you outstanding service. And the next competitor was 1.65 out of 5 stars. So that is where
that's a pretty big difference.
It is a difference, but this is in verified consumer reviews. So this is what our clients say about us. Now, wouldn't it be great if there was actually an insurance company that paid premiums back to you? I'm still waiting for my car insurance. I haven't had a claim in 5 years. I'm still waiting to get my premiums back. But I don't think I'm going to get them. But we actually do that. We have a program called Return of Premium. And so if you hold the policy for a number of years and you don't use it, we'll refund your premiums back to you. So just for example, many people get this coverage when their kids are little, and they keep it like 20 years until their kids are out of school. And what if you had no accidents, no injuries, and you paid us $20,000 over that 20 years? You would get that money back. We give you a check for $20,000, but you would still get to keep your insurance at the same rate, because we don't increase rates. But I'm going to speak more realistically as a pediatrician. If you have little kids, there will be a time in their life when they attempt to defy gravity. And someone's going to have a boo-boo, and I guarantee you'll be in the urgent care or at the clinic getting an x-ray. And let's just say we had to pay for a broken bone and we paid you $5,000. You would still get $20,000 back. But what if your toddlers toddled? You had kids in sports. They were breaking bones, having sprains, getting concussions. You had teenage drivers smashing up cars, and you were skiing and broke your leg. And let's say we had to pay $100,000 for your family over that period of time. At that point, you wouldn't get your premiums back, but we were there for you when you really needed us. And that was $100,000 that came to you tax-free, that did not come from savings and did not come from your retirement.
Wow.
And next slide, please.
Yes.
We also have very affordable rates, but we have some of the highest payouts in the industry. And I just wanted to give you one example. This is under our cancer care. That's our cancer policy. This person was diagnosed with cancer, and so immediately this person was paid $6,000. They had to go into the hospital for 10 days for treatment, $800 a night, so that was $8,000. And then they had 30 chemotherapy treatments. We pay $480 per treatment, so he got $14,400. And he had surgery. We paid $12,500 for the surgery, and he traveled to a medical center to see a specialist, and so we paid in travel $5,500. And so for that claim, we paid out $46,400. Now, what would happen if he needs another 30 chemotherapy treatments? There are no lifetime limits to the benefits you can receive. So if you're a doctor, No lifetime cap. Because when you go into something like cancer or a heart attack or even an accident, you have no way of knowing if they'll be able to get the cancer, do surgery, and you'll be cancer free for the rest of your life.
Good point.
Or
Mhm.
if you can go into remission, what if it comes back? You might need
Mm.
more surgeries, more treatments. So we don't put a cap on there. And so if you need 100 treatments, we will pay for them for the rest of your life. That is an important feature that sets us apart. And also, we allow our clients to travel to see the specialists of their choice. Our clients have a choice of going to get the care that they want instead of settling for the care that they can afford. And don't we want the best for our loved ones? So, for example, if you were diagnosed with a rare form of cancer and your doctor said, the best specialist for this type of cancer is at the Mayo Clinic in Rochester, Minnesota, but you live in Florida, we would pay you up to $2,500 to travel round trip to see that specialist. We automatically give the same amount so one family member can go with you. But what if it's a child that has the illness? We will pay for both parents to go with their child. As a pediatrician, that really touched me because kids are just terrified when they have to go for these treatments, and how comforting it is to know that both parents can go with them. But while the patient is there having treatments, they'll be in the hospital. We will pay for the hospitalization, but the family will have to stay in a hotel. We will pay up to $200 a night for 60 nights per treatment for them to stay in a hotel. And that's in contrast to one of our competitors that pays only $50 a night for 90 nights per year. We pay up to $200 a night for 60 consecutive nights per treatment.
Wow.
So these are outstanding benefits, and our rates are affordable. And we also have an educational benefit. And that is if a parent were to die in an accident or an injury, in addition to the death benefit, if they have children under the age of 25, we will pay up to $20,000 for 5 children to go to college. That's just unheard of in our industry.
It just blew my mind.
So these are things that set us apart. And I'd like you to hear from one of our clients. Can you show the next slide, please?
Yes. Oh, there it goes.
And I'm just going to read this to you. He says, purchasing this policy when I became self-employed was the single smartest financial decision I've ever made. Your coverage put my disability policy to shame when they stopped paying 2 years into what is now a 9.5 year battle with cancer. Family Heritage has kept me out of bankruptcy and saved me from homelessness. So many people contact us and they say, had it not been for your coverage, we could have lost our home. We would not have been able to pay our bills. So it's just so important. And
wow, that's so powerful.
Yeah, it is, because we are able to change people's lives. Because I always say that one diagnosis and one medical bill can change your life, but it can also change your finances and your future. But when you have something like this, you can have that peace of mind that you're protected.
Wow.
So what sets me apart? There's probably over 100,000 insurance agents in the United States. But what makes me different? Well, I'd like you to hear from one of my clients. Next slide, please. And she says, I chose to enroll in Globe Life Family Heritage because I love the idea of having some additional peace of mind for myself and my family. We have some family history of heart disease and cancer, and to think to the future hoping that won't happen is not a way to live. My health coverage at work is wonderful, but there is always the fear that something won't be covered or I won't be able to work and not be able to cover my bills. I made the decision to protect my family and myself. I have known Dr. Adams since I was an early teen, and I trust her. I trust her advice and knowledge to help protect my family. I would absolutely recommend her and Global Life Family Heritage to protect you and your family too. My perspective is just very different because as a physician, I know firsthand what people go through when they have a medical crisis. But I've also experienced it with my family. I lost my stepdaughter and stepson in horrible accidents on the roads. And I have a family member now that's battling cancer. So I am so thankful that I am in a position that I can help people through some of their most difficult times. And when you work with me, you get your own personal physician that does all your claims paperwork for you from start to finish. I fill that all out for you, and I'm able to communicate with your doctor on a medical level and make sure that all your paperwork is done accurately and it's done promptly. And just last month, I had a case where I was reviewing the doctor's notes before I sent everything in, and this patient had fallen off a bike, hit their face on the pavement, and that's why they went into the doctor for treatment. But when I looked at the doctor's notes, they failed to mention that the patient had an injury that they fall off their bike. He just documented the treatment and what he had to stitch up, but he did not say how this happened. So I was able to communicate with the doctor and just tell them specifically what they needed to document and why. And so all the paperwork was done completely. Everything was processed promptly.
Mm.
So it just helps to just have that medical background. And then when you work with me, you get personalized service. I have no one size fits all packages because your needs are unique. Your budget is unique. And so your coverage is customized for what you need. And also, when you need something, when you have a question, you do not call an 800 number. You do not call a celebrity spokesperson like Jimmy J.J. Walker. You call me, Dr. Sharon, and I will figure it out, or I will figure out someone who will answer your questions for you. Y para mi gente que habla español, yo tengo servicios en español. And then I just have one question for you in closing. If you were to have a critical illness or an accident and you couldn't work for 3 months, what if you couldn't work for 6 months or over a year? How would that affect you financially? Think about that.
Wow.
And I just want to encourage you, don't let one bad diagnosis or one medical bill place your family at risk. Contact me today, and together we can make a plan, protect your family, and most importantly, give you that gift of peace of mind.
Wow. I told you, I tried to warn all of you. Mind blown. I want to thank you for taking the time to be here. That amazing presentation that just broke down every little aspect of what it is you're doing really helped, because it's one thing to hear you talk about it, but then to see it in black and white, to see what people are saying about you, what it's done for them, that is so huge.
And it's an honor to be here. I have many small business owners in my family, going back to my great grandfather. He owned a couple businesses, and small businesses are what keep the community together. So
they absolutely
it is a privilege for me to be here today and see you again.
Well, thank you for that. And honestly, it was such an honor to have you here to learn more about you in more depth and your business. Your business is doing amazing things for people. And honestly, I cannot wait to be part of the process of getting the word out there more about people needing to contact you. In fact, for those of you that want to contact her, Her information is on the screen,
It
of
is.
course. But as I've been saying all day long, text Small Biz to 717-760-6400. It will be listed on our main hub where all the information for all our vendors is located,
Mhm.
easily clickable for you to go straight to her website versus trying to retype it all out. Made it super easy for you. Please don't hesitate to do so. I want to thank you again for being here and just giving us your time tonight. It was such an honor, Dr. Sharon.
And it's an honor to be here. And I can't wait to see the next presentations.
Yes. All right. So with that, I will leave you guys with your reminder to put your communities first. We do that by shopping small and supporting local businesses, especially today because it's Small Business Saturday, people. All right. So with that, thank you very much. And I will be back with my next guest.